Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's UKFN again. Hope you guys are doing alright, everything's going well. So, it's out on a walk, out and about again. It's a lovely day. Check out those gorgeous blue skies. Yeah, it's lovely, hot and sunny out here. Beautiful English weather, hey. We're always changing out there. Yeah, always changing, always changing. Yeah, yesterday was lovely, hot. Today, cold, miserable, grey, overcast. Yeah. Anyway, so everything's going alright. You saw a little update of all the plants, 3 of the photo periods, the 3 big bombs are doing well. And yeah, everything's going alright for the time being. Can just keep hoping that it stays that way and they don't all die. I've had a few interesting things happen to the photo periods while they've just been sat out in the garden or just in the backyard. And yeah, basically had a couple of slug attacks. I showed on that video there's 3 plants which have been basically stripped down to nothing. Well, actually there's still nodes left on it, so I'm kind of hoping, all being well, that the plant will kick back and go a bit crazy because it's just been like completely chomped to pieces. And I had a plant like that, it was exactly that same thing happened. Like, you could call it natural topping, courtesy of slugs. They can be quite useful. Well, that happened to one of my plants right in the very first videos that I ever uploaded, and I know that you probably won't have known if you have watched the last year's grow. Basically, one of the last plants that I cropped, which produced probably some of the largest amounts of bud, was actually that one that got mashed up by the slug. So yeah, we're not gonna bin them out just because they've had their leaves chopped off. Crazy things can happen. They might bounce back. I've had a couple of them just decide, yeah, fuck it, we'll just die, and they've just fallen over and died. Who knows why that's happened, but they gave up. So whatever to them. I'm not going to produce anything, so they're worthless to me. And then I've just germinated another 16 plants as well. We're kind of getting up towards the end of the point where I'm going to be able to germinate any more seeds, and I'm not overly sure that I've kind of hit 100 yet. So I think I'm close-ish. If all the rest of these ones go, then we're probably quite close. But as of the end of this week, I think it will be the last ones that I germinate, and I just picked up some more bomb seeds. This time I got the cluster bomb, which is, I wasn't actually going to buy them, and then I thought to myself, I don't have any money, and if I do it next year, who knows what will happen next year, who knows what will happen before the end of this year, will I ever see the end of this year, so on and so on. I mean, you can justify spending money all day long. Not that money is going to save you, but as it is, it's a useful tool for basic survival. You can't really get by without it. You can, but it's difficult in this land. It's difficult in this land without any money. So I decided to get them anyway, and they're going to grow. I'm going to pop those ones in the air pots, which I have yet to use because I've been using the little fabric pots for all these photo periods. And then I'm contemplating what exactly it is that I'm going to do, like kind of with them. Whether I'm going to breed them basically, but am I going to breed them with themselves, or am I going to mix them up into the breeding of the hybrids from hell, second generations that I'm currently growing? I'm undecided, because the hybrids from hell, they have grown, and they've grown pretty much here without any real expertise on my behalf. I mean, friggin' hell, is a complete noob grower, and I don't really know really what I'm doing most of the time. It's happenstance and fluke more than anything. But like I said in previous videos, you can do a lot of theory, but until you do some practical, you're not going to know anything. So we're going for 100 this year. Well, let's see what happens. I might get nothing, I might get one plant. Who knows? So we'll see. So whether or not I'm going to mix them up, just because those hybrids from hell are literally their namesake. They're hybrids, and their phenotypes are crazy as fuck. So whether I want to breed the quote unquote super bomb genetics of the bomb seeds into I don't really want to say weak genetics, but they are really crazy phenotypes, and phenotype stability is what shows you the strength of the genetics of the plant. If the phenotypes are all over the place, then it means that they're not stable, and that's the issue with the cannabis or the cannabis plant, is it can literally be anything. Its phenotypes can change to, well, look at this. It goes from, well, you look at the difference between an indica, a sativa, and a rudialis, and hemp, and then you're getting into some kind of mix as to just how many kind of infinite combinations that you can have. But the problem every time you breed is you muck with those phenotypes. It's like dogs. It's the same thing. Like, you can keep breeding a dog till it's so small, its next generation will just constantly die. And they've done it to the point now where you've got breeds of dogs which literally, they suffer. Their entire life is suffering because their skeleton is too weak, it's too long, their nose is all screwed up, and that's what you do. And ultimately, that's what breeders do to this plant. They fuck the genetics up so hard to get that perfect thing that they're looking for. Like, oh man, I want to have blue pistils, so I'm going to breed the shit out of the plant till I get blue pistils, but sacrifice everything else. So, I don't really want to say they're bad, because they have grown and they've done alright. And really, is the genetics of the bomb plants any better? Who knows? What I do know is that of the 5 seeds, I've got 3 plants, so that's pretty good going. That means the seeds were fairly decent. Could have been terrible, but that's still £10, or just over £10 that I lost in total to 2 seeds dying. So that's what I mean about just sell it in weight rather than in individual seeds. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to pop some of those. Hopefully they should arrive tomorrow. Don't know. I've still got some more photo periods of my seeds, the hybrid seeds, that are going through germination, just wet paper towel. I kind of wasted a lot of time really when I did that stress test. That took a lot. That's like a whole week of kind of screwing around for 7 plants, or 8 plants, I can't remember what it was, however many plants it was that survived that stress test. So that's kind of a bit of a waste of time, but yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Taught me something. 48 seeds, 7 survived. But that's why the plants froze out so many. This is why, like, and just look at the stinging nettles. These, see all that? That's all the male pollen glands. Not pollen glands, pollen sacs. And they're all just gonna go spread that all out. That turn into seeds, and that's like hundreds of millions of seeds. Actually, I might have got that wrong. Is that pollen? I think it is pollen. Hey, I don't know. I'm not a stinging nettle expert. Either one of the two, they work in the same way. They're male and female. And then they'll have trillions and millions of seeds. And then that will spread out, and that's how you get big ass patches of stinging nettles, because they just kind of propagate slowly spreading to the outermost edges, whilst also re-establishing from the centre. So that's also how this plant would grow if it was left alone in nature. It would grow in the same likewise fashion. So yeah, it's a lot of seeds. So it's a lot of money. So ultimately, that's what we're going for. We're going to try. I don't know what I'm going to call them ultimately at the end. Ninja beans. Beans is kind of already taken by Brown Dirt Warrior, and there's like 100 million other people who have also given them names of beans. Maybe I should think of something unique. Who knows? Whatever they'll be super awesome. yeah, they won't. They'll be interesting, is what they'll be. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, another beautiful day out here in the English countryside. I really can't beat it. If you haven't got countryside around you and you're living in the city and shit like that, man, you must go crazy. I'm like a country boy. I couldn't live in the city. Go absolutely mental. I hate it. I hate going into the city. It's like fucking just rude people everywhere, man. It's gonna push you out of the way, stamp on your face. It's like, nah, man, fuck that shit. Get me far away from that. Out here, no, it's beautiful. There's nothing like this green and pleasant land. Yeah, lots of people. Yeah, anyway. So hopefully, all going well. We shall end up with 100 at the end of this. And I'm going to plant to the moon, which is what I did last year as well. I missed the full moon, which ironically is not what you're meant to plant to. You're meant to plant to the new moon, which is no moon at all. So a full moon is a full moon. The new moon is no moon. So when there's no moon in the sky, that's when you plant out, because from that point on, every day the phase shift of the moon lights back up again, and as that does that, it starts to bring its like power, if you want to call it that, back again to the new moon, and it fades away. This is, well, you know, there's no denying that the moon controls the tide. So unless you want to go some crazy shit and say it doesn't, well, I would go and say the sun also controls the tide too, and they take turns doing what they're supposed to do. But yeah, anyway, so plant to the new moon. The new moon is on the 16th, so I'll put them out then. This is where you get all fertility gods and fucking gods of harvest and shit like that. That's where all that pagan crap comes from, whilst ultimately denying the one who actually created the moon. So yeah, whatever. So we'll plant it out. That's what it was given for, and we'll do that. It's should have positive effects. We're all made of water, pretty much everything's made of water. It has a powerful effect on water, and as it comes back in its phase, it should go BUM! And the plant should be nice and good. But we'll see. They could all die. Slugs could come down and eat the lot, or some crazy ass bird or some person could come along and smash it all up, who knows. So we'll just, you know, have a little bit of faith that it will all go well, and in the end we'll end up filling those jars that are completely empty. And it's been a long time since I've had anything to drink. But you know, this is the cost of it. You want it, then work for it. Why should you have anything easy? Nothing comes easy. You have to work for it. And when you do get it, are you going to be selfish with it, or are you going to share it? That's the real question. But anyway, enough of my rambling bullshit. I'm going to carry on my walk before this video goes too crazily long. And yeah, anyway, it was UKFN Ninja. See you guys all next time.